The Mavericks lose to the worst team in the West in a sloppy field effort against Russell Westbrook and the Sacramento Kings. We'll break it all down coming up next on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs post-game show powered by Game Time and Michelob Ultra. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. And Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray, alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. and our national NBA insider Marc Stein. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, come your favorite team, even when they lose to the worst team in the Western Conference. As the Mavericks fall on the road for the sixth straight time, they lose to Sacramento 113-107 in a sloppy filled basketball game where the Mavericks commit 21 turnovers as the Sacramento Kings improve to 8-23 on the season. We will break it all down here for you over the course of the next hour. Appreciate you joining us here on DLLS Sports. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe while you're here and join the over 35,000, 35, something like that. 38. I can't remember the number.
What game?
It's a lot of people. A lot of people subscribe to DLLS Sports.
Over 38,000.
I turned it over just like the Mavs did just now. Ron, I think we tried to couch
the team.
I think we tried to couch it during the pregame show. We were like, hey, the Kings stink. They're poo. But also, you got to come to play every night because if you don't,
the NBA.
You can find yourself on the business end.
I mean, look, we cooked the Kings so bad in the pregame show, I almost feel kind of bad. But like the numbers are the numbers. Like they have the second worst net rating in the NBA for a reason. Russell Westbrook, while he's been solid, he tied a season high with 5 made 3-pointers. Like you kind of just gotta live. I'm be honest, y'all. If Russell Westbrook is going to take 9 3-pointers, you kind of just have to live with the result because when you can't just you have to let someone take those shots. Sometimes it comes to bite you, like the Thunder did with PJ Washington back in the day in the Western Conference. I think there was semifinals where they just let him shoot the corner threes. Like if you don't shoot the 3-ball well, we're gonna have to kind of see if you can do that consistently. That was Westbrook tonight. The man made 5 threes, and the Mavs turned the ball over.
Mark, you know what's bad when Doug McDermott, who played only his third game of the season, came in stroking it from downtown as
9 points.
Sacramento Kings made 17 threes in tonight's game. Cooper Flagg had 21 of his 23 points in the second half, including 15 in the third quarter. All losses are, in your mind, are they good losses at this point?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm honored to be here.
Good to have you
Such
here.
a historic show.
Oh, wow.
First time ever any of the panelists have arrived in a sleeveless tank top.
This is true. First time in
Suns
DLLS
out,
Mavs
guns
history.
out.
That's right.
I've been
Show them off, Ron. Show them off.
I've been complaining because it's almost 2026. I want winter. It's 80 degrees every day.
It was 81 today.
But Ronaldo Harrod Jr. He is soaking up. Soaking up the weather. So one of us is having a good time.
it was 81 degrees today in somehow
it did
late
feel
December.
great outside. I'm not gonna lie.
Look,
great.
we're being I mean, this isn't just a loss to the Kings. This is the Kings with no Zach LaVine.
That's right.
No Sabonis.
No Domantas Sabonis.
That's right.
Who else?
No Keegan Murray.
No Keegan Murray.
That's right.
Who's one of their 2 trade deadline untouchables along with Neat Clifford.
That's right. Who played well today as well.
They also, on top of everything, they had Maxime Reynaud.
He was balling too.
Who had people asking the Nebhard question, like, why did nobody draft this guy until 40 whatever?
Yeah. Devin Carter, I think, was out for them today, right?
But the question that you did weave into that, I mean, look, the Mavs are having a serious problem right now with road games. 6 in a row on the road.
Yep.
This is the worst loss of them all. But
worst loss of the season?
Of the 6.
No, I'm asking, is it of the season?
It's got to be a contender.
I mean, you lost to the worst team in the
Wizards,
West.
the Pelicans.
It's got to be a
and this
contender
one.
because
Yeah, I mean,
might-
you know what?
Wizards at home is hard to beat.
Wizards at home is hard to top.
Wizards
yeah.
at home is hard to beat.
Healthy.
Yeah.
But the other thing, even opening night, like San Antonio has become such a great story, and San Antonio has really changed the whole conversation in the NBA.
Sure.
It's a good
Whereas
loss.
like 2 weeks ago, it was like season's over, nobody can beat the Thunder, and now the Spurs have stacked up all these wins against OKC and have just completely changed the whole tenor of the season. But getting housed by 30-something on opening night, that wasn't great either. Obviously, you're playing a very good team in San Antonio, but I don't think on opening night, San Antonio was the team that it is now.
Sure.
Although God, Wemby was so good that night.
He was very good.
He was.
But in this stretch, to say that this is the worst. I mean, look, you're already on the road. You're in the Bay Area. It's a short trip to Sacramento. You had a day off. Okay,
Yeah.
It was an early start, but it couldn't have been. Who's rooting for me to get a sourcing call halfway through?
Mid-show.
Pizza.
He's always there, or she's always there.
Marc Stein has a sourcing call mid-show.
There might be a sourcing call, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a trade tonight. Not tonight.
We're going to get into all the Anthony Davis stuff a little bit later on in the show. There's going to be plenty of talk about that tonight. Anthony Davis, by the way, missing his 17th game of the season. As the Mavs have played 33, he's missed 17
They're
of
4-13 without Anthony Davis now. The Mavs are literally one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the NBA without Anthony Davis. So as Stein has said, as we've said multiple times, if you trade Anthony Davis, this team will not win many basketball games, which for some Mavs fans might be good for this season.
They won't mind it.
But for next season, you don't have Anthony Davis. They haven't shown the ability to win really any game without him. It's not a great look.
And yes, the Mavericks did play their 25th clutch game. They did get into a clutch situation.
Look, David Collins. Not tonight. What does that mean?
It doesn't.
They're going to be Mavs fans are going to be leading on
by my friends in chat.
Yeah, by the chat.
Everything I'm saying is now being.
They're going to lean on every single word that you have over the next 5 weeks.
Time zone.
As we get close to the February 5th trade deadline. Yes, the Mavericks do play their 25th clutch game of the season. 10-15 now, the worst in the NBA with the 15 clutch losses that they had. They made a game of it. The Kings actually opened the door to let them back into the game because the Kings pretty much dominated the entirety of this game. And the Mavericks led 9-8. The Kings took a 10-9 lead. They did not lose the lead from that point on early on in the first quarter and used what was a 22-3 run to break the game open. We'll discuss a little bit later on how the Mavericks were able to get back into it. But honestly, I mean,
Ron's review.
Yeah, right, exactly. Let's just keep it all 100. This was a disgusting, sloppy-filled turnover fest by the Dallas Mavericks, who have been better in recent weeks with protecting the ball. And they had 21 turnovers tonight. The Kings scored 28 points off the Mavericks' 21 turnovers. The Mavericks had 5 guys in double figures. Cooper Flagg with the 23 points to lead them. The Kings had 4 guys in double figures, led by Russell Westbrook, who made 5 threes, had 21 points. And how about Keon Ellis? Had 21 points tonight as well. He gave them a huge lift in the first quarter, knocking down threes all over the place. As the Kings were the ones who protected the ball, only 11 turnovers on the night. They had 32 assists as well. They shoot 43% from the field, as the Kings also shot nearly 45% from 3 on the 17 made three-pointers that they had. But, yeah, this game got off to a terrible start in the first quarter, and the Mavericks just simply did not value the basketball. In fact, to start the second half, Cooper Flagg started at point guard in the second half for the Mavericks. Ryan Nembhard sat to begin the second half and frame for the Mavericks.
Only 7 teams in the league have a worse record than the Mavericks.
Yep. As Tankathon, we'll have our Tankathon spin a little bit later on in the show.
I did odds.
But let's back up a little bit. Ron, your biggest takeaway from tonight is what?
It has to be the three-point shooting. As we see the beautiful graphic made by our producer, Tanner, the three-point percentage for the Sacramento Kings, 44.7%. I mean, it's just uncharacteristic for a team. Now, to be fair, the Mavs had 48.1%. They still lost the game. But with the Kings shooting 44.7% from three, with Keon Ellis, who came to this game shooting under, about league average. He's basically a league average 3-point shooter. He's knocked down that many threes. Russell Westbrook coming to the game is a below league average shooter, shooting this well from three. It just seemed like this team came into this game with confidence. A team saw the Mavericks, and instead of the Mavericks seeing the Kings as food, the Kings kind of saw them as food. They looked pretty confident from the first seconds of the game. There was really no point in the game where I felt like the Mavs were just really taking control. I mean, the Mavs went on a run early, but then the Kings went on a huge run to end the first quarter. So the Mavs, truthfully, to me, never felt like they were in control of this game. The Kings controlled it throughout the game without a lot of their best players.
And that is correct, Gak. And the Mavericks shot better from three than they did from two tonight.
Not good.
The Mavericks shot 48% from three. The Mavericks shot 45% in 2-point range. That about tells you how things went from an offensive standpoint. Mark, your biggest takeaway from tonight's game was what?
I mean, this was obviously a winnable game, but I'm not stunned that they lost it. I mean, AD was listed as questionable going in, but I found that curious because I didn't think there was any chance he was playing in this game, and that proved to be accurate. And he's now, played 16, missed 17.
Jason Kidd had a very interesting quote about that prior to the game.
Look, the early estimates are that the Mavs are hopeful that it's going to be an absence in the week-ish range. Is that what it turns out to be? If it's that short, I think they'll probably be pretty happy. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like when AD's played, he's produced, and we've heard Cooper Flagg himself talk about it over and over about how beneficial he finds Anthony Davis's presence on the floor, how much it helps him. Now, to his credit, I mean, in the first half, they were able to swarm him and take him out of it. He responded with a massive second half. So that means the Mavs don't leave Sacramento with nothing.
23 points.
Every game is every game of this rookie season, it is a chapter in his development. And, that is something for them to cling to and take home as they move on. What time's that Portland game starting, by the way? When I actually looked at the schedule, I read it out loud, and it sounded
moved,
didn't it? It sounded like Kevin Gray's voice when I said it out loud. Because
it originally was scheduled to start at 10 p.m. It'll start at 9:30 on Monday. So, yeah.
You hear the disgust?
I mean,
quick 10-second tangent. Whoever thought and woke up one day and was like, what's a good idea?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. start times in the NBA.
Ooh,
11
we'll be here a
p.m.
long
Eastern
time.
I see my friend Gakajan saying that was a PR move. So it's like, but do you really think teams see that and they're like, oh, Anthony Davis is listed as questionable? Well, that changes everything. Like
they know.
It's not a PR move, and if it is, it's not an effective one. Nobody
thought Anthony Davis was playing tonight. Like, no one thought Anthony Davis was going to play tonight. Like when I saw him listed as question, I was like, why are they doing this? We know he's not playing in tonight's game. But if he was listed as questionable for this one, I presume he'll be listed questionable for Monday. But I guess we'll see. I mean, to be frank, he was also listed questionable for a while when he had the calf strain.
Yeah. And
that turned into a month. Real quick, 30 seconds. Do you think the Mavericks could take the same approach with this injury that they did with the calf strain, where Patrick Dumont gets involved? It's like, hey, he's not touching the floor until there's evidence to say that he can't re-injure himself with this particular injury. Could they take that?
I haven't heard anything like that to this point. I mean, I suppose it's possible, but the initial vibe has been that this isn't that kind of injury that it requires that approach, but I shouldn't really answer the question because the truth is I genuinely don't know.
No, that's fair enough. Let's take our first break here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. When we come back, what the turning point of tonight's game was, trust me, it was the first quarter, and more. Plus, we will get into the Stein line, where we've got a lot to talk about when it comes to Anthony Davis and not only one, but a couple of teams that may want to get involved. We'll talk about all that and more coming up next. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss out on any of the NBA action this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. With Prize Picks, all you have to do, and it's very simple to play, just pick more or less on 2 or 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Also, with Prize Picks is available in more than 40 plus states, including California, Texas, and Georgia, and they've got the flex play. So even if your lineup isn't perfect, you could still cash in even if your picks doesn't hit, and you could actually double your money as well. So with Prize Picks, you are able to not only download the app today, but use code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup with Prize Picks. Like Bobby, most of the time with Prize Picks, it's always good to be right. Again, use code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup at prizepicks.com/DLLS today.
And with the bevy of players out, from Domantas Sabonis to Anthony Davis to Keegan Murray to Brandon Williams and the 100,000 other players out seemingly around the NBA, to kind of maybe get some of those players up, maybe they could use a Michelob Ultra. Now, it is the delicious taste of victory, but sometimes you're in the dump, sometimes you're not having your best day. You're like, you know what? I need something that's going to make me feel just a little bit more warmer inside of my chest. And this will make sure to give you something like that. Anytime I'm out with friends, family, it's the holiday time in the Dallas and throughout the rest of the world. And my go-to drink is a nice, cold Michelob Ultra. We have them all over the office. It's something that we always indulge in. It's something that's extremely fun for us. And I usually go to it because it's only 2.6 carbs. It's only 95 calories, and it's a superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the NBA. Make sure to go cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra.
Mavericks lose their 6th straight road game, this time to the worst team in the Western Conference, the Sacramento Kings, 113-107. The loss tonight assures that the Mavericks will be under 500 on their 3-game road trip. They will conclude that road trip on Monday when they take on the unserious Portland Trailblazers in a 9:30 tip-off. With the loss tonight, the Mavericks dropped to 12th in the West at 12-21. Utah got a big win last night over the East-leading Detroit Pistons. Keontae George, fantastic for them, as the Mavericks dropped to 12-21 on the season. A little bit later on our show, we'll have our spin around Tankathon to see where the Mavericks can land based on what we got here.
Tanner, you got to write down all the details on that because Bobby's not here with his Excel spreadsheet to take notes. So you got to take very good notes.
That I will.
From whatever happens, who moves up, how far the Mavs move down.
I think the top 3. I think he does the top 3 teams.
How crushed is Bobby going to be if it's the first Tankathon spin of the season?
They move up.
That vaults the Mavericks into the top 4.
He'll be happy. He'll be happy.
I'm looking at the standings too. Do we think I don't think the Mavs are better than any of those teams that's above them right now. Like you can make all right, maybe Utah.
Memphis is playing better as of late. We all obviously saw what happened against Golden State on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Phoenix has been playing well this year. Portland is unserious. Like, they were up by like 12, 13 points last night against
Is Drew Holiday still hurt?
He is still hurt. He's still hurt. And Utah, at some point, they may make a decision to go ahead and bottom the rest of the season out. Yeah. Because
every year they do that.
AJ DeBance is sitting out there in BYU.
But they might be too good.
Like right now, the Mavs winning moved Utah down to 9th in the lottery, and if they don't move up, if they have 9 or below, it goes to OKC.
Yeah, it goes to OKC.
They got to.
Yeah, so
Utah's will probably. But again, Keontae George's been hooping. Mark has been hooping. Unless they get an injury.
We'll say. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do. Because like I said, AJ DeBance is sitting out there, and I'm sure they would love the BYU kid to stay at home.
Yeah.
In Utah, but we will see. Classic Stain Lover with the super chat, the $1.99 variety, I believe. Trade AD for a Frito pie.
4-13.
That's all
I'll say.
There you go. Let's get to the turning point of what tonight's game was.
I just don't understand that thinking. But I'm clearly in the minority.
I'm with you, Stein. I'm with you.
As far as the trading for AD for
the Fritos,
whatever.
Take the first offer you can get. Take it.
Like we're not saying Wagyu. At least a T-bone steak for AD though, right? Like, it can't just be a bag of chips. Figuratively, clearly.
Take the first offer you can get.
Well,
Hurry.
And we'll talk more about it, but I mean, since the
4 and
since it's
13
been brought up,
Hurry.
and I don't like talking about players in these types of terms, but this is the best analogy I can come up with. A player like Anthony Davis at this stage in his career is a depreciating asset. It's like a car. The longer you keep it, the worse it gets. The more mileage it gets, the more it breaks down.
But it's really fun to drive that Ferrari when it's going though.
I'm just saying.
It's still really fun.
You don't even have to take
on
it to
that highway with it though.
But
it's broken down on me a couple times. It's embarrassed me in front of some. Maybe you're trying to get some people's numbers or something, and maybe it breaks down. Maybe it's embarrassed you. But when it's going, you're feeling good that day. That's probably him at this point.
But a car like that is not reliable. Like the more mileage it gets, the more it breaks down. It's a depreciating asset. So the longer you continue to hold on to that, the worse off you're going to be. So some folks feel like at this point, whenever it gets to AD's highest value, you move him so that you can get whatever return that you're going to get for him. But we'll get more into that a little bit later on.
Hurry, Tanner.
You want to trade him now because for going with what you're saying though, he's not at a like this is low value because he's.
No, I'm saying like once he gets back on the floor, he has 4 or 5 good games. Like you go ahead and move him after that because if you're since we're already down the road here, if you're a playoff team, you want the benefit of having Anthony Davis for a second half of the playoff run. Like the earlier you get a deal done, like we're at game 33 of the season. So let's say you get AD at the halfway point of the season. You get 40 games to acclimate him to your team. You get him to a point where he can help you make a run if you're Atlanta to get into the top 6, maybe top 4 of the East, and then you make your playoff run from there. Like it's very difficult to acclimate a player with 20 games left in the regular season. The way that the Mavericks were able to do it a couple of years ago by getting PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford and acclimating those two for a 20-game run where they became the best defense in the league, and obviously Luke and Kyrie was, leading them offensively. It's very hard to integrate players.
Tanner, can I ask a favor? That very last comment, I can't see who that is with 7-5 whatever in their number. Please put that comment up.
Woo-poo.
Because that's a good comment.
Yep.
We don't know the Atlanta trade.
We don't know.
If you know the Atlanta trade, the exact precise Atlanta, the discussions have not progressed to that point. Again, I should probably say that because you want to do that in its own separate segment, right?
I mean, it's fine. We're down the road. It's fine.
Just to get a little bit into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll save. I guess.
I mean, but the trade people are firing up the trade machines because that's what people do.
Yeah,
it's fine.
And that's fan
stuff.
I'm not trying to discourage anybody from doing that, but like, okay, my good friend Chris Haynes last night on the NBA on Prime NBA Nightcap postgame show said he reported that Atlanta is very intrigued with the idea of trading for AD. I think something that has been misconstrued from Chris's report. Chris very clearly said the Mavericks would like Risache. Chris didn't report that Risache is in the deal.
Sure.
We don't know if Risache is in the deal. I've tried today to determine if Risache is in the deal. It's not conclusive whether he would be. And it is also not conclusive how much farther Atlanta would be willing to go if they reach the point that they are willing to trade Risache. So that's the thing. We know what Atlanta can offer, but we don't know precisely how far they're willing to go. And I would say if you look at Atlanta's history, especially its recent history, spending big is not what they're known for. So again, I don't want to just anybody, I know it's exciting to ponder it, but like there isn't a firm offer to consider yet.
Sure.
We can talk about hypotheticals.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of folks are getting to when they see and hear reports like that. I mean, yeah, Atlanta traditionally hasn't been, a spender, but they also have
I'll expand on that more when we get to that specific segment because that needs a longer explanation.
Yeah.
But it's just like it is not clear yet. A, if Risache is available,
sure,
and B, what else you can get along with him, and if that would be enough to do it.
And we'll get more into if Ricochet is available, what does that begin to look like based off of, a lot of folks have.
And now I got GM Ben whining in here.
Don't ruin my dreams, Mark.
But in a
GM
game like
Ben.
Yeah.
He's upset.
What if I start listing all the things he's ruined for me?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Shout outs, GM Ben.
Shout out to GM.
The Mavericks did not have Brandon Williams tonight. Obviously did not have Anthony Davis. This game flipped in the first quarter. The Mavericks.
David Collins, I am sources.
That's right.
Okay, David, tell us what the trade is.
As the Mavericks allowed a 22-3 run, and we're down 27-12 with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Keon Ellis came in, had 13 points in that first quarter. And yes, the Mavericks had a 9-0 run to cut it to 8 at the end of the first, but the Kings led by as many as 17 in that first period, and it was basically over from there. You fast forward to the third quarter, the Mavericks are down 61-44 to start that third period. Cooper Flagg is inserted as the point guard. Ryan Nembhard goes to the bench, where we heard during the halftime report that the Mavericks were trying to get quicker substitutions in because they felt like guys were gassed so far on the road trip. And you saw a little bit of that, obviously, in the third quarter, where the Mavericks started out on an 11-5 run, cut it down to 11. In fact, they actually were able to cut it down to 3 at 71-68 as they opened up the first, 6 minutes of the third quarter on a 24-12 burst to get it down to 71-68. But Ryan, once again, the three-point shooting of the Sacramento Kings came into play because immediately after the Mavericks had cut it down to 3, they went back up by 12 on the strength of what was 3 consecutive three-pointers, and led by 12 with 3:20 left in the third, and it was pretty much over from there.
Yeah, there's really not that many positives from the game. Like, our friend
I can
Ryan
only see
Nembhard.
one. I can only see
Flagg.
one.
Yeah.
And again,
was
0
fantastic in that
points
third
in the
quarter,
first half.
Yeah.
23 points in the second half. He shot well from 3, which, to be fair, is probably like the best thing about that. Another good 3-point shooting game from Cooper Flagg. That's amazing if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan.
Mm-hmm.
PJ Washington had 4 blocks tonight. He had 17 points. Do I think he was amazing? No, I think he was better than the last game. I'll say that. But there isn't that many positives. Ryan Nembhard, the stats were okay, but he was on such a hot run. We understand that we didn't think it was going to last.
The positive
forever.
is we lost. Okay, maybe there were two.
Okay, so maybe that's the positive.
Maybe there are two positives.
But Ryan Nembhard was on a heater. He shoot 50% from 3. We knew that would cool down eventually. Now Nembhard is probably playing around the minutes he should. Around 17 to 22 minutes is probably what his career will look like, if I had to guess. A top-notch backup point guard. The problem with Ryan Nembhard is that Kyrie Irving is out right now, and Brandon Williams was hurt today. So he had to take on a bigger load. They tried to go to D'Angelo Russell and Jaden Hardy. They both stunk it up. So then it's okay, well, now we have to do Cooper Flagg in the second half. Jason Kidd is running out of options for this team. And Daniel Gafford, again, was he was kind of a non-factor. It just, besides Cooper Flagg and PJ Washington, it wasn't too many positives from his game. I see someone said Coop is up to 28% from 3. To be fair, it was at one point, it was at 24, so not bad.
Well, he's now 7 of 9 on his last 9 3-point attempts. He went 4 of 6 in the game.
It's good.
In his last game, against he went
Denver.
4 of 6 against Denver, and now 3 of 3 tonight against Sacramento, and those 3 threes coming in the second half. Look, man.
I think Tanner just cracked open a Michelob Ultra.
I would too if I saw the Mavericks turn the ball over 21 times
he
tonight.
did miss one, but it was in the first half. So
yeah,
3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it was 3 for 3 in the second half. Yes, but it was just an inexcusable performance in terms of protecting the basketball. We talked about how in the pregame show the Kings are a top 10 team in steals. The Kings had 16 steals tonight against Dallas that led to what was 21 turnovers overall. And yeah, man, between D'Angelo Russell, Jaden Hardy, it was awful. It was absolutely abysmal on a number of fronts. So you didn't get great performances from a number of individuals, but more importantly, shout out to our guy, Bobby Carella. He may have not been wrong. He was just early. Because Russell Westbrook cooked the Mavericks tonight.
Oh.
And Bobby Curley was on this show saying, hey, he wouldn't mind having Russell Westbrook over the point guard choices that were available. He was proving the ball nowhere tonight because Russell Westbrook, look, you tip your cap to Russell Westbrook, he's going to make threes. He went 5 of 8, 5 of 9 from downtown. If he makes threes, you just say, you know what? You got it tonight. Like, you got it. And he did so in a big way to help the Kings get the win.
And the Mavs defense just wasn't
too many wide open looks, too. They gave a bunch of wide open threes. Like, Keon Ellis at points had 10 feet in front of him.
And they couldn't really guard the rim. Everyone was getting ran by. And again, if Anthony Davis is not the rim protection is not going to be at that level. Look, this is not, without Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford is a good rim protector. He is not an elite rim protector. He is undersized at the end of the day. So while he can do things in spurts, one, he's playing hurt. But while he can do things in spurts, it's not going to be the same level as Anthony Davis, which again is why they are 4-13 without the big man.
Let's take our next break here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. When we come back, Ron's review, and a little bit later on, Stein and I are going to go 15 rounds again over Anthony Davis. We'll do that next. We are just coming off Christmas, and I know you had your beautiful holiday parties. Now it's time to get ready for New Year's Day, and if you're looking for some amazing food, Wild Fork Foods is the best place to go with their meat and seafood market. I've got some beautiful New York strip steaks that I'm going to be making as well. I got some surf and turf with some shrimp. I got some fantastic garlic bread if you're looking for anything to put on the grill for New Year's Day. They've got the jalapeno bison cheddar sausage as well. They've got the go tacos that you can make, and they got incredible pulled pork as well. And they've got sides that you need in order to take care of it. With their meat, they blast freeze it so it can maintain its freshness all the time. And with your products from Wild Fork Food, you're able to get premium meat and seafood any time of the year. My favorite location is the Wiley location. So make sure you're looking for something fast. Go to wildforkfoods.com. Again, it's wildforkfoods.com. Get the best meat and seafood in the game today with Wild Fork Meat and Seafood Market. Again, check out the Wiley location or any of your favorite locations when it comes to Wild Fork Food today.
And the Mavs defense started off hot, but lately they've been a little stinky. But you know whose defense is elite and never stinks? Qualys Roofing. With over 700 5-star reviews and an average rating of 4.9, Qualys Roofing is one of the most trusted names in roofing across North Texas. And Austin, you want to support a Texan? Qualys Roofing is your business. Whether it's your home or your business, Qualys Roofing has you covered. Literally. They specialize in both residential and commercial roofing projects. Based right here in North Texas, Qualys isn't some storm-chasing, fly-by-the-night crew. They're local, they're experienced, and committed to doing things the right way. So mention DLLS when you call in. It truly helps our show. Call or go online to schedule your free roof inspection. Don't forget to ask for your free grill. Visit QualisGC.com or just search Qualys Roofing and Construction. That's QUALIS, or call 817-500-9008 and get started today.
With the Mavericks loss tonight, the Mavericks are only a game and a half up on the Clippers for 5th in the lottery standings. The Clippers are 9-21.
So the Clippers are on the Mavs' tail. We'll take it.
Oh, boy, as the Mavericks lose tonight, 113-107 to the worst team in the Western Conference in the form of the Sacramento Kings. It's time for Ron's review here on
Good loss.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. It's time for Ron's review here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. As Ron, the Mavericks lose their 6th consecutive road game to fall to 3-11 away from the American Airlines Center. Tonight's loss was just sloppy, to say the least.
Well, the Dallas Mavericks just have to take care of the ball because, for one, they don't rebound the ball on the offensive end well enough to turn the ball over. A team like Houston Rockets can turn the ball over because they rebound 40% of their missed shots. With the Mavs being one of the 5 worst teams that rebound their own shots, they have to take care of the ball. When they were winning games, it's because we used to show the Ryan Nembhard stat. Since Nembhard had became the starting point guard, they weren't really turning the ball over that much. So they were going on that streak and they were winning a bunch of games. But by turning the ball over while not rebounding well, stuff like this happens. And again, I keep saying it on this show, but Anthony Davis being out is going to significantly hurt this team. And if a team is looking to win next season, you have to keep asking yourselves, it hasn't been proven they can win basketball games yet without Anthony Davis during the 2025-2026 season. They're 4-13. Without him, they're significantly worse at the rim. We have no idea on Derek Lively. Right now, he's out for the season. We have no idea what happens next season. You have to just kind of hope for the best. Daniel Gafford, we don't know what happens with him. Maybe he'll get traded. Maybe he'll get back to form. Maybe he keeps declining. You have no idea what happens with him. Right now, he's playing injured. He said it himself. He's kind of playing on one leg right now. Your rim protection is down. If you do lose Anthony Davis, while it will make a lot of fans happy, and even maybe some people on this show possibly, you do have to understand this team is not proven to be able to win basketball games, and an 18-year-old will not help you win basketball games next season. Eventually, yes, but just not next season. So just food for thought.
Yeah, and now the Mavericks find themselves, as we mentioned, 9 games under 500. They've played 33 basketball games and lost 21 of them. And we haven't even finished the month of December yet. This team 0-2 on their current 3-game road trip. They've got a few games coming up against the Utah Jazz. They've got another one coming up against Portland on Monday.
What time?
9:30 p.m. to start. They got a game against the Bulls. They got a game against the Brooklyn Nets. Tankathon is going to be on fire here over the next 21 days because the amount of teams that are playing each other that have been really bad this year.
Yeah.
Somebody got to win these games and somebody got to lose them. So there's going to be a lot of conflicted feelings over the next 3 weeks for Mavericks fans. They play the Utah Jazz. They play the Jazz 3 times in the next 21 days. So there it is. Yes, the lottery standings updated. As of right now, the Mavericks sit in 8th as far as the lottery is concerned.
Remember what I've been saying.
Wow, the Pacers are the worst team in the league.
Teams
right
that
now.
finish 5 through 9 in the new lottery system, last 7 years,
They got a shot.
out of those 35 teams, 12 of 35, better than 30%, have moved up into the top 4.
I think what's been kind of funny part of this discussion as well when it comes to where the Mavericks fall in the lottery or if they get into the lottery, as if you can't find good players in the 15 to 25 range. Like, there are really good basketball players that you can still find in that range. And
But it is so hard to hit that you...
You want to take that's what I was getting to. Like, you want to have the best shot, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But if you fall in the 15, 20 range, you know, we've seen the Mavericks pass on some really good players in that range. Tyrese Maxey, Desmond Bane.
Yeah. Donovan Mitchell, I think, was like the 11th pick or something like that.
You know, that kind of things. But, yeah, you want to have your best shot, especially in a rich draft class as this in 2026 to get, you know, a top-flight prospect given.
Classic Stang lover, call Ansi Sala and tell us, yes. Tell us how far they're willing to go. Tell us how far the Hawks are willing to go. Make that call.
Is that the GM's name?
We're on, yeah, Ansi Sala. We're on the show for 22 more minutes, so
let us know.
Put that call in
and see what you can come up with.
And yes, there will be a wheel spin tonight. Don't worry.
Yes, we will take our spin around Tankathon as well.
Super chat.
Kendall Pugh with the $10 super chat.
Bang!
For the keep AD, what kind of trade is reasonable for Dallas to get for you guys to feel comfortable trading him? I'm split because I'm not trading him for a bag of chips, but he's a depreciating asset.
They said really far. Okay, so let's take the Hawks, who, based on what we know, seem to be the most interested. If there was an offer from the Hawks that included Reece Shea and at least one future first, then I think it's at least a discussion. I'm not saying for sure do it, but that's something real for the Mavericks to put the cabinet together and have a committee discussion about. But I'm skeptical that the Hawks are prepared to go that far. Reece Shea, yes, his development has been very slow to this point. How old is he? Is he 20? He's a recent former number 1 overall pick. How much are they going to be willing to add on top of him? The notion that it's like 2 firsts and Reece Shea, I mean, if they can get that from the Hawks, tremendous work. And again, then these are real conversations to have. But just my instinct, my best, I should say it like this. My best read at this point is It's just hard for me to see the Hawks being prepared to go that far. So if I would love to be wrong, because I can see that's what so many of our friends in the chat and our regular viewers are rooting for, but we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see how far the Hawks are actually willing to go. Golden State, they've also been mentioned, but there's really no workable match there. And I think,
multiple teams would have to get involved.
Mike Dunleavy, the Warriors GM, has already said that he does not foresee a splashy Jimmy Butler level in-season trade from them this season. Toronto, how far are these teams willing to go? And then I think we can have a better discussion about it. But right now, it's just it's hypotheticals.
I mean, if you're talking about Porzingis is expiring, Luke Kennard's expiring. Either Ricochet or Asa Newell.
Okay, and what if that's it? What if that's the offer?
In a future first round?
No. What if that's what if they say we're putting Ricochet in the deal, so we're not putting a future first in the deal?
Oh, if you can't get any pick,
you have to get a future first.
You have to
admit
so let's see.
If you get the 2020, if you get their 2027 future
like the
first,
Hawks is 20, which is not going to be a great pick. It's going to be
you need to get a draft pick from them. So if you put together a package,
so if it's Ricochet and no pick, you say no.
A pick has to be included.
And then if they say, okay, if a pick has to be included, then Ricochet's off the table. What if it's only a pick?
Jesus, you're negative.
Yeah, I'm not taking a deal.
Okay. So
like Ricochet and the pick would have to be on the table. You give me the two expirings, Ricochet and a pick. I mean, we can have a real discussion and make that move. Like Ricochet would fit Cooper Flagg's timeline. You get a future first round pick because you're trying to also recoup some draft capital to have future shots to get younger talent to go along with Cooper Flagg as well. But yeah.
And then there's one more element to this discussion that I'm going to save for the next segment because we're getting closer to break.
Yeah. I think my last thing is I did see people talking. I saw Tanner typing in the chat. But no, what I did not say was that Cooper Flagg cannot win games for the Mavericks. Of course, I did not say that. What I said is that Cooper Flagg and another 18-year-old, are not going to lead the team to the championship next season. And no 18 and 19-year-old, including LeBron James, even at 18, 19 years old, was not leading the Cleveland Cavaliers to the finals. Even he was 22, 23 years old was when 2007 when he went to the finals with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And probably got swept.
Yes. Even with LeBron, who I deem to be the greatest player of all time, at 18, 19, LeBron was not leading a team to top 3 records. It just doesn't happen in this league. That doesn't mean that players can't be good. Derek Queen has been amazing this year. The Pelicans suck with a great team. Like, it's not because of him. Young players throughout the history of this league just don't, it doesn't necessarily lead to winning games. Usually the way teams lose is by playing all their young players, not because they're bad. Because young players don't know how to win yet.
A graphics frenzy over here.
Yeah, Tanner has all the graphics.
I mean, it's on time.
Strength
because
of schedule on the side. That's what SOS means.
The Mavericks now 12 and 21 have the 4th toughest schedule remaining this season. And you're losing games to Sacramento.
And some of those teams, OKC and Denver, who have the top 2 hardest strengths of schedules left, they felt that. Like Denver has lost games, 1 to the Mavericks. OKC has lost 3 to the Spurs. Like, even the good teams that have the hard strength of schedule are feeling it. So imagine the Dallas Mavericks.
The Mavericks are funny, man.
D-Mac, why do you hate that the Hawks are in these conversations?
I was just going to get to that. Yeah, like, who would you want it to be?
I don't
which team would you want to be involved?
We said the Raptors. We said Golden State.
We've said the Raptors. We said the Warriors. We said the Hawks. Like, which team would you want to be in that discussion? Because Detroit not getting involved in this at all. Like, for what? They don't have to. The Mavericks are funny, man. They've beaten the Denver Nuggets twice. They're 2-0 against the Nuggets. And so far, they've lost twice to the Pelicans and now once to the Sacramento Kings.
Man, stuff's real.
Like, it's just
1-1 against the Wiz.
They've 1-1 against the Wizards. Like, they've split the season series with the damn Wizards.
Yeah, you see it.
Like, that's hilarious to me, man. Let's take our final break here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. When we come back, we're going to dial up the sideline and dive more into the Anthony Davis trade talk situation, as Anthony Davis missed his 17th game of the season tonight.
That's all we've talked about all night.
Well, we're going to dive more into that.
Yeah, and Ron's shirt.
Yeah.
or
Touche.
lack thereof. Coming up next.
Touche.
But before that, we want you to become part of our DLLS Sports family. The easiest way that you can do that is to subscribe here at DLLS Sports, joining over 38,500 subscribers that we have here as we move that much closer to 40K here at DLLS Sports. The next way you can do it is to become a diehard member by scanning that QR code that you see on your screen or visiting alldlls.com to become a diehard member. When you do, you get 20% off our events. You get a free t-shirt at sign up as well. You get access to our incredible content from the stylings of Rod Herrod Jr. covering your Dallas Mavericks, Sam Nestler and Sean Shapiro covering the best team in Dallas right now, the Dallas Stars. Meanwhile, Jeff Wilson covering your Texas Rangers, and Clarence Ehill Jr. and Ali Jawad covering your Dallas Cowboys as they are getting ready for draft season, Jeff Kavanaugh, as they try to get a win in their final game of the season next Sunday against the New York Football Giants. And you can become part of our member-only Discord as well, where Tanner is always hanging out with all of our diehards, having chat, answering questions, getting the pulse on what you, the Mavs fan, wants to know and feel about the Dallas Mavericks. Tanner's got all the information. He's our actual real insider here. No, that's our guy, Marc Stein, for sure. But yes, you can hang out in our member-only Discord as well. And even though Christmas is over with, you can still find the perfect gift for the favorite DFW sports fan in your life by visiting store.allcitynetwork.com. And if you want to cool off in the 80-degree weather, Marc Stein, you can get you an all-city DLLS branded Bills mashup hat right now. We got tremendous styles, as you can see right now, with all new styles courtesy of branded Bills. So go to store.allcitynetwork.com. Check out our tremendous merchandise and apparel and get the gift of sports for the favorite DFW sports fan in your life. Again, store.allcitynetwork.com and alldlls.com to become a diehard member today.
I cannot wait till Sunday night when we have that 30-degree temperature drop. I'm going to go outside late and just soak it up.
Like, no one wants to feel that. Like, 30-degree drops is not good for the health.
Oh,
Like,
exactly.
it's
It's
just
definitely
not
not good
good.
for us.
Yeah, it's
but
not
it
good.
is time for
Yeah.
us.
80s in December is
It's-
not right.
That's also probably not good for
Yeah,
us.
but I would like a gradual decrease. Like, if you go from 80 to maybe, 65 to, to 55
I'll take
to
that.
50, like going from 80 to 50 is insane.
Mark, what if we do a remote show and we do it outside,
Oh.
outdoor show?
Love it.
Yeah.
I want hockey weather.
Do it.
This is a hockey city.
By the way, as we dial up the Stein line here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show, shout out to our guy, Marc Stein, his alma mater, Cal State Fullerton. He'll be visiting SMU here in Dallas.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
You're going to the game, aren't you?
This is the first time, I think, in show history that I did not wear my DLS hat. I wore my Titan hat.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that. Nice
Tight-
orange and blue.
Titan Tech playing a game. I moved here in 1997. My alma mater has never played a men's basketball game. Our women's team played SMU in 2015 here, I want to say. Or was it? Might have been TCU. It was TCU or SMU. Now my memory's
Fading, yeah.
playing tricks on me. But the men's team has not played a game here since I moved here. So I've been waiting almost 30 years for this. Last weekend, my Titans played at Oklahoma State. Got jobbed. Don't make me show the tape and bring up the calls. But we're going to see how we do tomorrow against the Mustangs. I'm excited. Very, 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 very excited for some Sunday afternoon college hoop.
Grew up watching a lot of Cal State Fullerton baseball, one of the real traditional powers in college
That's
baseball.
why they call us Cal State Omaha. That's
Yeah.
our nickname.
Y'all lived in Omaha for a long time.
When I was in school, it was Cal State Disneyland, but we also became Cal State Omaha.
Yeah, one of the great baseball programs of all time, Cal State Fullerton. Let's dial up the sideline here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. We're going to take our spin around Tankathon toward the end of our show. But Marc Stein's buddy Chris Haynes had a lot to say once again last night on the NBA on Prime Amazon nightcap show.
Do we have the clip?
We do not, but
We don't have the clip?
I don't think we can show that. I don't think.
No. Yeah. No, we don't.
but we can just get into it because
I feel like this whole show has been about what was reported last night.
well, we're going to dive into it more because I think a lot of folks who've been putting together their trade machines today. Could you get a ricochet? Could you get a couple expirings? Could you get a future first round pick? And also, I need a doctorate to figure out how the pick conveys between the Hawks and the Spurs and the Cavs and the Utah Jazz and the Bucks. Like, it's all kind of just
Well, the one thing I
gross.
wanted to add to this conversation that we haven't discussed, as part of Chris Haynes' report last night, he said, based on his reporting, Trae Young would not be involved in such a trade.
correct.
So something else you have to think about the Hawks, who, again, as I've said, the Hawks are not known as this free spending operation. If they're taking in AD and still have Trae Young on the payroll, that's not ideal for them. And that's not a Hawksy thing that we would expect, if we can use that term. And Trae Young has a player option.
Mm-hmm.
The expectation is that he's going to decline it and go to free agency next summer. But if he decides, you know what, I'm not going to decline the player option, I'm going to stay, I'm going to activate the player option and stay, the Hawks have to factor that into their thinking as well. They're not going to trade a bunch of expirings for AD and then have to add AD's money and still have Trae on the payroll when they have to extend. I mean, they've already extended Jalen Johnson, but they've got Daniels. They just signed Nikhil Alexander Walker. Like, that's another factor here that I think can't be overlooked as why it's not just a snap for the Hawks to be the AD team.
So if they did trade for Anthony Davis, would that be a real sign or indication that they believe Trae Young would not use his player option to come back?
I think they would have to have some outlet to move him somewhere.
Yeah.
So, and that's not going to be easy. I mean, we've been talking about this for weeks now. Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, John Morant, like all of these guys are theoretically in the trade ether, but I don't know that anyone's really expecting them to be moved. So,
style of guard.
I think this Hawks stuff is trickier than we think.
So do we have a clearer sense then, based off of what we've started to learn about what the Mavericks feel like they would want in return for any Anthony Davis trade?
I think the Mavericks would want Reese Shea.
No, I'm talking about just any trade.
Presumably multiple picks and as much cap relief as they can get because, as we've talked about, they got to get out of these aprons so they can make other moves. I mean, that's why, like, I wonder, are there smaller trades they can pursue to achieve those apron goals, but then give them more time to not rush into an AD trade that isn't appetizing? Because again, I think in the summer there is going to be more optionality. Like there's this approach at like, it's gotta happen. Like I'm being facetious to a degree, but it's like with more time, I don't necessarily think that more time is bad. Pushing this to the offseason, there are benefits to that. Because the thing is, yes, the last year of AD's contract is a player option, but is he declining a 60+ million player option? Just like it's the same. Is Trae Young declining a $50 million player option when there isn't this robust free agent market for him? Maybe not. Now, Trae Young's younger, so he theoretically would be in a stronger position to do it. But I don't think AD's turning down that 60+ million player option. And if he's not, that means he really has 2 years left on his deal. He's not entering the last year of his deal. Because again, I just don't think it's realistic to expect him. How old is AD now?
He'll be 33 in March.
Like, so at 34, is he turning down a $60+ million player option?
Highly doubt it.
I don't see it.
And then the question becomes whether he stays here or is traded. Does he and Rich Paul push for an extension? I know that they could push for
100% they're going to push for it.
And the team doesn't have to give him one, but...
And 100% they would want, like, if he goes somewhere, they're going to want an extension wherever he goes. But if you believe that he's not going to turn that player option down, he really has 2 years left on his deal after this one. And that's why I'm saying you can wait to the summer to give yourself more time and more optionality. You don't have to just take the best offer that surfaces between now and February 5th, at least from my seat.
Do you think the Mavericks would feel pressure if they didn't trade him this offseason and decide, look, we're just going to stand pat with AD for now, do you think they would feel pressure from Clutch to feel like they would?
I mean, they'll obviously, they will face pressure. I don't think they have to give into it. I mean, of course, any agent, it's their job to go to try to get their client an extension. But if AD, since becoming a Maverick, he missed so much time last season, if he ends up missing half this season, what is his platform? What is his leverage to demand an extension? What is it? Why do they have to give him one? What is he going to do?
I don't think that
what is he going to do?
Leverage at all.
And correct my history if I'm wrong. I mean, yes, he was younger, obviously, when this happened, but we saw what happened in New Orleans with Anthony Davis. They were not willing to give him an extension.
But at that point in his career, he would like
one of the 5 best players in the league.
He had so much leverage and so much control to the point where he went to the he basically turned it into, I'm only going to the Lakers.
Sure.
Does he have anywhere near that kind of leverage at this point in his career?
That's why we're walking.
I don't think so. I truly don't think so.
And the only reason why I bring that up is
like that was more than 6 years ago. Like,
yeah. And the only reason why I bring that up is because the road I'm walking down is, would that create an environment where it's not conducive to...
I'm not saying he's going to be thrilled about it, but if AD wants an extension from the Mavericks or any other team, what does he have to do? He has to play and produce.
And stay healthy.
That's the thing. He can be upset about it. He can say this, I expected an extension and I didn't get one. But I just think his recourse is he has to come back and be Anthony Davis.
Sure. Yeah, it's fascinating. Yes, the Mavericks are an even 500 when Anthony Davis plays games. We have detailed it, as Ron laid out. The Mavericks are 4-13 when he doesn't play games. That is the math. That is the record when he is and when he isn't on the floor. And there have been a lot of conversations today, obviously, about what a potential Hawks package could look like. Ideas of Ricochet, expirings, future first rounders. There will be no shortage of this discussion as we are approaching less than 5 weeks from the NBA trade deadline, which is on February 5th. We'll see what teams continue to be involved and what the Mavericks plan continues to be going forward for Anthony Davis. But right now, they can't win games on the floor at all. Whether he's on it, they're even 500. That's not a winning record. And they can't win games when he's off the floor. And we're still waiting on Kyrie Irving to come back.
Waiting for that Tankathon spin and discussion.
And we're about to do that right now.
If only I could read your handle.
Our King Rocks 241. Yeah. In fact, let's take that spin around Tankathon as you see the lottery standings updated. Mavericks 8th best lottery odds as of right now, after falling to 9 games below 500. Remember, the Mavericks will be on the road to finish up their 3-game road trip on Monday when they take on the Portland Trailblazers.
Something I didn't realize till I made this is, we're all afraid about OKC getting the Clippers pick, but the team who just beat them 3 times, the Spurs have a swap with Atlanta.
Yep,
so
that's right.
Right now,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
they have a lottery pick too.
You need a doctorate degree to figure out how all that conveys, because it's a mess. Like the swap rights between Atlanta, San Antonio, Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Utah is unreal.
The details are like a paragraph.
Yeah, we need Sarah to decipher that for us, because it's unbelievable. But
is Sarah the official legal counsel of the DLLS Mavs?
The unofficial official legal counsel. Yes, we can't afford her. So she's unofficial.
I haven't seen her in the chat forever. She hasn't stopped watching us.
She was here pregame show.
Okay. Yeah, she's been here recently.
Pregame show for sure.
But it's time to take our spin around Tankathon. Tanner's going to keep track for us tonight. Bobby will be back with us on Monday. So
here we go, everybody.
Mavericks 8th in the lottery.
We always
standings.
rush into it. I like to I
was setting it up. I was setting it up.
I need a second to let me start feeling it, and then I'm gone.
They're not good with him. They're 8-8. That's not good.
8-8.
They're 500. Chill. They're not good with him.
And the games he's missing, that's doing the lottery job that people are asking about.
Yeah, saying they beat Denver, Detroit, Houston, and Miami. They did. Every team goes on a fake run. The Pelicans went on a fake run. They won 5 straight games. Like bad teams go on fake runs.
They're moving up the Tankathon charts with him on the roster.
Yeah, like
when W.
Awesome. Let's take the spin around.
Do it, Tanner.
In 3, 2, 1.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm saying top 4.
Dabasa, baby. Let's go. Poor Bobby.
The Mavericks
Bobby,
baby. They move up to number 3.
Wait. Time out. Not only do they move up to 3, this thing thinks Dabansa's going 3rd. No way.
We'll take it.
Chance.
Tell the listeners. Like,
So Darren Peterson would go number 1 to
the
Indiana
Pacers.
Pacers.
Crazy.
The Atlanta Hawks in this case.
The Atlanta Hawks, after not trading for Anthony Davis.
That's right. Move up to number
Would
2
get Boozer.
to take Cameron Boozer.
And let the Mavs
move up all the way to number 3. They move up 5 spots to number 3, and they would take AJ Dabansa. Stop the count.
Rainbow face.
Stop the count.
let me tell you something right now. Dabansa ain't slipping to 3. I'm sorry.
Boozer's hooping though, man.
I don't believe it.
I agree. How is Peterson still number 1 on this when he's
the scouts like Peterson though.
No, I know, but all the injuries. Like, shouldn't AJ?
Kyrie didn't really
or
play in
Boozer?
college. Duke. Kyrie didn't play like that.
True. I just would have.
That's
Boozer
right. Look at
and
that
AJ
last comment. Bobby will never be allowed back out.
That's right.
Bobby would go crazy.
I knew this was going to happen.
I knew it.
I knew this was going to happen.
Oh
my
man.
goodness.
Stop the count. Stop the count.
And look at those first 3 guys. Peterson, 26 points per game. Boozer, 27 points per game.
Boozer's been
Dabansa,
unbelievable,
26
man.
points
Those are
per game.
poor
If you fall down to
36.
4, Wilson's 24 points a game at UNC. The top 4, this is one of the better drafts. Again, even if the Mavs, let's say, somehow had the 6th pick, they still would have a chance to draft the number 1 point guard in the draft.
Yeah, Kingston Flemings, yeah.
And just for the record, it's all those are per 36, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, per 36. Okay, per 36. Still.
But yeah, if the Mavericks moved up to 3 and took AJ Dabansa,
Yakajin, good question. Let's
That was a great game.
hopefully GM Ben's still in the chat. He can address that
What is
one.
Bobby's performance review?
Wow.
Bobby who? Sheesh.
Wow.
so yeah,
Look
at
at OKC falls.
Look at that.
OKC.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, OKC fell to 7.
number 7.
Look
Now,
at that.
still 7. But you know what?
I mean, they're not number 1, so that's
Not
good.
number 1.
Yeah, as long as they're not number
Kobe,
1.
good player, but he's not, it's not Dabansa or Peterson.
Yeah. So yeah,
Man, I'm looking at that page. It doesn't even seem real just looking at that page.
we're gonna stop doing lottery spins right now.
Oh my
Like that's
We're
it.
done.
If we
We're
got
done.
AJ,
Number 3 and
Screenshot that one.
Yeah,
Tanner, screenshot that.
Text that to Bobby.
I'm gonna clip this and send it in the group chat. Don't
Oh,
worry.
yeah, of
okay,
course.
for sure.
Let's do it.
Tell him don't come back. And
Was
he'll
that the
say,
Stein
he'll
drop?
say okay.
Did I just hear? Right. He'll be back on Monday.
Wow.
We will be back on Monday.
That was wild.
That was fun.
I
I don't think we need to do any more lottery spins for the rest of the season.
Stein's still feeling that one.
No, I mean I think it's going to be fascinating to see, like, we got how many more to go between now and May?
Well, look, like I said,
Ooh, that
like
New
the
York City
next
is gonna be a
21
good
days are
trip.
going to be very, very interesting because the Mavericks play, among others, the Brooklyn Nets, the Chicago Bulls. They got the Kings again. In fact, they played them on January 6th. They play the Utah Jazz 3 times in the next 21 days. 2 of those games will be in a baseball series, Cal State Fullerton, at the AAC. Like,
Yep.
it's kind of unbelievable. Like, all these bad teams are about to play each other here in a 3-week span. And the Mavericks, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. So we'll see. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what side you're on, the Mavericks lose to the worst
Good
team. Oh, you're on the good loss train?
Bell?
I'm with Stein. I stand with Stein. Good loss.
Is this getting Bell worthy?
Good loss.
Good loss. Is good loss
I
Bell
mentioned
worthy?
something about the game, and he was like, "This is like Utah game," and I thought, should it be a
Mm.
Bell? But maybe good loss is
Like
maybe good
Utah.
loss.
Okay.
Yeah, the Bulls have been playing well. Shout out to our CSGO folks that got a chance to hop into their post-game show last night after they beat the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah, you see Jalen Smith's poster on Joel Embiid last night. Nasty work.
Embiid.
But the Mavericks will be back on the floor on Monday. Tip-off, Bobby Curl at 9:30 p.m. Our pregame show will begin at 9 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports as the Mavericks try to salvage their road trip by taking on the Portland Trailblazers. That'll do it for us here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. Thank you to our guy Tanner for making us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. That is our very happy National NBA Insider Marc Stein.
Turned into a fun night in the end.
There you go.
Sorry.
Oh, in our super. Oh,
I forgot to do this one.
Thought we did all those.
oh, we didn't do this.
We never read.
We
this
didn't do the
one.
second one.
Classic stand up with the $1.99 super chat. If you're okay with Atlanta trade, put Atlanta in the chat.
I guess I reacted to that one without saying it out loud.
I just want to make sure we read it for.
Put up your hot Atlantas in the chat if you're okay with the deal.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Enjoy yourself tomorrow. Seeing you all.
We're not sure Bobby's coming back.
He'll be back.
We're not.
Hey, enjoy yourself tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you. I will.
Have fun.
Titan Tech.
That's our National NBA Insider, Marc Stein. That is our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Haraj Jr. My name is Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We will talk to you on Monday, boys and girls, at 9 p.m. Right, right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Sleeves optional.
Y'all be peace.
We all silly like the mayor.